Welcome into the Tri-Oval office. I'm Cayden. That's Grant, and we're in a actually surprisingly chilly for May, Georgia right now. How are you doing, Grant?
I'm good. It is surprisingly chilly. Was outside this morning and was in a quarter zip in May, which is a little bit weird. But we were just talking about it. Got a lot to talk about. There's a lot that transpired during this race. So
Well, the Worth 400 was worth the price of admission. Everybody laugh now, please. Thank you.
oh.
But I think for a Texas Motor Speedway race, Texas is very unpredictable. We kind of went into this a little bit last week. Texas, in many ways, acts like a super speedway in terms of the random unpredictability of it, but I think we got a very good race, especially considering the kind of lackluster nature of the first 2.5 miles on the year. So I'm excited. And I'm kind of glad that Texas is starting to age from the reconfiguration. It's like 10 years now, 8 years now
Yeah.
since the reconfig. So I think we're in a good spot with Texas Motor Speedway.
Yeah. I think Drake Baldwin just homered, by the way. That's pretty awesome.
Lead off homer, Drake Baldwin.
I believe so. But yeah, I feel like we saw a tire fall off. I feel like we didn't see anything where it was like crazy egregious, where like people were cutting tires or anything like that. But
We didn't see a tire actually fall
yeah,
off. So that's
but it did make a difference. It did make a difference to some extent, taking 2 versus 4, depending on how many laps there were. But not as much as some other places. But I I thought it was very at least entertaining. So
And I think something that is we talked about in the green room a little bit, some stupid stuff, but also the future of the sport being in good hands. So I think the best place to start off with that conversation, just look at the grandstands on Texas Motor Speedway. They seat 75,000 people, which is more than I think everywhere but Daytona, Indianapolis, and Bristol. Maybe a few more places that are surprisingly big in the grandstands. And I know they've downsized a lot, but they sold out. They announced a sold out grandstands at Texas Motor Speedway, which has not happened at least since COVID. I think even before that, Texas has been dying for the last 15 years. So, very good sign for racing at Texas Motor Speedway this weekend.
yeah, we can only thank Sabrina Carpenter. You know,
Shout out Carson Hocevar,
yeah,
who's
I learned.
having a week, by the way.
Yeah, I learned tonight what the Met Gala was, so that's pretty cool.
Thank you, McKenna.
Apparently he's there. Yeah, thank you to my wife for saying that it was. I think it's like fashion, so that helps. But apparently he's there, so
But
pretty
good for
slick.
NASCAR.
Exactly,
Everyone's
that's
like,
what
we shouldn't
matters.
be. He's like, you shouldn't be there in this yuppie party. No, we should be. We should be doing stuff like that. We need to show that drivers have personalities and get them. Why do you think Formula One is so popular? It's because their drivers are doing side quests constantly.
Yeah,
Like
all
everyone,
different kinds.
yeah. So, I mean, you can just go date Kim Kardashian, apparently. Anyways, let's
You can
talk
just do
about
that.
Lewis Hamilton. Okay. So, side note here, I'll go on a little story because
Is he actually? Wait, is this new or is this old? What is
He's
this?
dating right now, like currently.
I just found that out.
I only know this because my aunt, I love her so much, very bipolar. Um, every time I see her, she constantly forgets who Lewis Hamilton is. She thinks he's a NASCAR driver because she hears race car driver and thinks NASCAR. She's like, Kim Kardashian dating that Hamlin guy. I was like, I don't think Denny Hamlin is dating Kim Kardashian. I think that'd be a much bigger deal in my circle. No, he's going to marry Kim Kardashian. No, I think he's got a fiance. I mean, that doesn't stop
And
it.
like kids,
But yeah, and then every time she's like, no, he's a Formula One, but he's like black. I was like, oh, Lewis Hamilton. Yeah, that's right. Anyways, I saw her today and I got reminded of that. Let's move on.
I just learned that too. I had no idea that was happening.
If you do enjoy this, the dating rumors and all of this that we
This has
definitely
turned
talk
into like
about.
TMZ.
Yeah, if you enjoy TMZ Motorsports Edition, which this is apparently turning into, congratulations. Thank you for watching this far. I mean, it's only 5 minutes in, so I mean, I hope your meal was nice while you're watching this. But please like and subscribe. It helps me and Grant out more than you can know. It helps me out more than Grant. Like, my name's on the channel. Let's not get that twisted. But it does help out more than you can know, and we do appreciate it. And we're seeing a lot of growth in the last month or so. So very appreciative of
I'm
everybody.
just here.
Yeah, Grant's here along for the ride.
I just float around and exist in the ether.
Yeah, he actually does not exist outside of this one little screen on the right side of your laptop or phone screen.
What an awesome bit it would be that if I was just AI generated this whole time.
This entire time. The show looks this bad, and you're AI, and I took all the time. All the budget is going to you AI generating a friend.
Yes.
So
welcome to 2026.
Exactly. Anyways,
should we talk about the race?
This was a wild race. So Carson Hocevar started out on the pole. Actually, a Spire front row lockout for the first time in their history. So Spire, realistically, I think has been the 4th or 5th best team this year. I think they're right up there with Penske with being, I think in all honesty, they're having a better season than Team Penske is. I get that that's a bit of an expectations versus reality thing, but I think it's either them or RFK in 4th place. So congratulations, Spire. You're taking that big leap forward. Hey, yo. And that we all expect you to. Let's look at this. So stage 1, Hocevar led the first 20-ish or so laps. But then he gets called up by basically the entire Joe Gibbs Racing lineup. Bell, Hamlin, and Briscoe all managed to pass him until after the first pit cycle. Gilliland, in front of Christopher Bell, just snaps loose. Denny Hamlin goes one way, Christopher Bell goes the other, and he does not manage to avoid that yellow 34 car. Christopher Bell get barely tagged, shot right up into the outside wall, and he is going to come away last, if I believe so. Yeah, last place finish for Christopher Bell after leading 22 laps and being the best car, at least it looked like it, through the first half of the first stage. Really rough luck for Christopher Bell, and that is something that has kind of been a theme so far 11 races into the season.
Yeah, that just sucks. I was listening to Actions Detrimental today, and Hamlin was saying he just laid on the brakes, and he said Bell tried to go, I think, low.
Yes.
And he said the way that these cars, when they snap loose, usually they kind of shoot up the track and then come down the track. And he was like, for some reason, the 34 shot up the track way shorter than they typically do and then came down the track faster. And I mean, when he clipped him by a foot and a half, and that's the difference. Like Bell, if he just spins out like normally, Bell's clear.
And even if he tags him anywhere but the right back or the right rear quarter panel, he's fine.
Yeah.
He got him exactly in the one spot you can't touch a stock car.
Yeah.
Shot him directly.
Just horrible luck. Just kind of sucks. Feel bad.
He has that Ryan Blaney voodoo the Ryan Blaney voodoo devil curse that
he's in
plagued him last year. It has been transferred to Seabell.
Yeah, because he's been running so good.
His race cars are so fast, and this is like the 4th or 5th week in a row that something stupid has happened.
Yeah, they ran down I think I made some kind of comment about that Gabe Hart forgot the pages of the setup for Texas that included the long speed, because it was just like Spire was shot out of a cannon, and then more so just Hocevar. I feel like
Suarez
got ate up after a couple laps.
Well, he actually got damage in practice, he said. Yeah. And they just kept the site, because he qualified so well, they're just like, well, we'll deal with it.
Just leave it.
And they didn't realize the amount of damage to the fender that he suffered in practice. And so they had to kind of adjust throughout the race. And credit to his crew chief, credit to his crew, they after stage one, they ran top 10 pretty much the entire race.
Yeah, they
But
look good out there for sure.
we'll get to
But yeah, it
Spud.
was just like Hocevar, and then it's like Joe Gibbs. Like you could cue the Jaws music as the JGR guys closed in.
But that happened with like 18 to go ish in stage one. So then you get the pit cycle, you get a bunch of guys staying out, and what happens is Eric Jones wins the stage. He fends off a very hard charging Carson Hocevar, who once again has a rocket ship in the 77. So he gets Eric Jones' first career stage win. That's actually kind of shocking considering how long he's been around the Cup Series.
Was that
But
actually?
yes,
Wow.
because he posted something about it, and then his wife got a picture of him as John Pork and started. I don't know. Twitter was very weird last night.
What?
Yeah, you don't want to know. You're off social media. You made the correct decision.
When you get rid of it, dude, you don't realize how disconnected you become from like everybody else. What?
But
Well,
Jones,
good for Eric Jones and Mr. Pork.
yeah,
Good for all of
Jones
them, I guess.
wins, and then like it was a mixed bag on if staying out actually worked. Like it worked for like Ricky Stenhouse, but everybody else it felt like that stayed out got just absolutely swallowed up over that last run. And I mean, I guess yeah, AJ Allmendinger sticks in the stage points there, but not anything pretty. So Chastain, he struggled, tried to play the pit strategy, didn't work. Trackhouse is going through it right now. We've talked about that quite a bit. Stage 2 starts with this stupid. Well, actually, no, that was the pit. That was the next pit cycle. We'll go through that in a minute. So stage 2, we get the restart. Hocevar leads us to the green flag, and it was a really nice battle between Hocevar and Ty Gibbs before Ty Gibbs manages to pass him. So you kind of get to look at the potential of the future of NASCAR. So I think we've talked about a lot. I think this race was a very good glimpse into what the future of NASCAR could like because your main characters were all present. Corey Heim, Carson Hocevar, and Ty Gibbs, and Connor Zilich didn't run all that poorly. So very interesting. There, Ty Gibbs passed him until lap 92. William Byron self-spun again. Just there were several self-spins, and it actually all seemed to be I guess technically Todd Gilliland self-spun, and he just caught up.
Yeah.
Christopher Bell, but there were a lot of self-spins for both Hendrick and Gibbs guys this week. William Byron self-spins. He actually manages to bounce back and finish in the top 10. Where you finish, William? Yeah, 8th. So he kept it out of the wall. And Joey Logano avoided disaster until he got to pit road. And this was just a stupid pit road sequence in general. The one that everyone's going to talk about, Cole Custer just parked right outside of his box, and Joey Logano,
dude,
he's having a terrible year.
He's going through it too.
But how did you not see the bright blue, red, and yellow car?
I don't know if he thought he was like pulling into his pit box still, or like he was going to be out of the way by the time he got there, because he didn't even try. Maybe he was just tired and wanted to go home.
I mean, he was having a decent race up until that point, and just bam. I've not seen a car break that. These cars are really tough, and
not after that one.
It looked like a can opener.
Yeah,
went after. So Joey just messed himself up.
I was like halfway able to like kind of watch during when that was happening, and I looked away. Like I watched to see where like the 17 would come out on pit road. I was just like, all right, let's see what happens here. Looked away, and then came back on it, and it's just a cut screen to the front, and it's just like Logano in a tire like this. And I was like, how could this possibly have happened on pit road? And then I went back and watched it, and I was like, oh.
Our group chat's going crazy right now.
My phone is exploding right now.
So
it's the group chat and it's the Dynasty League.
Yes, it's both. So
everyone's putting their bottom of the bench players on the trade block that nobody wants.
But that was not the only incident on pit road. The bigger one was Chase Briscoe ran smack in the back of, I can't even remember who, because you can't find footage of it, because everyone, when you type up pit road, you get the Joey Logano mess. And Connor Zilic blocked Denny Hamlin out of his pit lane. That wasn't really all that big of a deal. It didn't cost Denny more than a few spots. But Chase Briscoe just killed the front end of his car. And he was never the same after that. He was in the top 5 beforehand.
He's had some struggles on pit road recently.
He's just had bad luck.
Yeah.
I mean, Bell and Briscoe both just they're not running amazing. Like, they don't have the speed that Hamlin has, but
Bell might.
Bell might, but they're doing themselves no favors.
Yeah, that is true.
So that was stage 2. Seems to be when everything always just hits the fan. Stage 2 is we get about an hour or so into one of these races, and everyone just loses their mind.
Everyone did lose their mind at some point during this race.
I mean, that's what happens in Texas. So we get back racing, and before all of this happened, before Byron spun, Gibbs passed Ryan Preece. And I don't know exactly what he did. I've looked back, and the in-car cams have tried to figure out what he did to Preece. He kind of raced him. He kind of cut him off. He gave him a little bit, ran him up the track a little bit, but I didn't think it was all that egregious. And
same page.
Preece, all-time radio rant, even saying rant done at the end.
Yeah.
You got to love Ryan Preece. And I'll say this. If I'm investigating him for did he race or did he wreck Ty intentionally, I don't know if they touched. You can't really tell from Preece's in-car cam. It doesn't look good. The evidence of, hey, the next time I see him, I'm going to effing body slam him. And then you saw him after the restart and like,
That exactly transpired.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't think it looks good for you, Ryan. I think you're going to walk away with at least a fine. I don't think they'll penalize him because I don't think they're going to be able to tell.
Yeah, one, they kind of shadow of a doubt.
They did it, and they immediately said, I didn't touch him. But SVG running behind him just started laughing because he said it was the most egregious thing he's ever seen in his time racing.
Well, he wasn't behind Kyle Busch then.
Yes, he was actually in front of Kyle.
What I was going to say about the Preece thing, though, and another thing that I heard on the actions detrimental from Denny's perspective, too. Denny was like, he's like, I don't know what the 54 did, but Preece is a chill dude. So whatever he did must have been something to like, he doesn't know what it was, but something set him off. Because people don't set off Preece really like that, you know?
I think he's already he's been under a lot of pressure. He was asked about well, you're finally found a nice home at RFK, but what happens if they don't get a third charter?
Yeah.
He was asked that a lot on Friday, Saturday. And he was just like, well, I mean,
he's like, that's not his, he can't control that.
Yeah. And then he sees Ty Gibbs in front of him. He's just like, I hate that he has such a fast car because he does not deserve to have a car that fast. I hate him. Which, to be fair, Preece...
Is he completely wrong, though?
No. I mean, Preece is the antithesis of Ty Gibbs in every single way. it makes sense that they would not get along necessarily.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think it's a racing thing. I don't think there's anything like actually beef there, but he definitely took him out. So Ty Gibbs, after winning Bristol, the last 2 weeks, he's DNF'd. So not a great look for Ty Gibbs. Now he's slipping down the points.
Yeah, where's he at
And
now?
Carson Hocevar has now overtaken Ty Gibbs in the points.
He's sixth, isn't he?
Hocevar sixth and Gibbs is seventh.
Wow. How many points?
3.
Oh, wow. Insurmountable.
Or yeah, I mean, wrap it up. But so that happened. And then in about midway through this race, Corey Heim, playing a different pit strategy than everybody else, manages to lead quite a few laps. Looked good out there. He actually had the restart. I can't remember if that was in stage 2 or stage 3, where he managed to gap Chase Elliott. However, that's not going to last forever. Had to pit. Did not quite get the caution he needed. He almost did. He was about 10 laps shy of the caution. Just ran as far out as he could in stage 2. Didn't work out. Chase Elliott takes the lead. Never really gave it back. And Chase Elliott, once he got into clean air, no one really had anything for him. Denny Hamlin, multiple times trying to run him down on the long run, couldn't get closer than about a second off of the 9. And he comes home to win stage 2, and then basically leads the entirety of stage 3 outside of a few cautions, a self-spin for Kyle Larson and a self-spin for Corey Heim, your beloved.
Yeah, I was hoping for a caution for my boy, but alas, it did not come in time. But yeah, I think that was his only shot to really. He was running well, but then just the way the pit strategies and stuff felt, like his only shot really to get back in the top few to have a chance at a win was to just run it out and just see if he could get lucky with a caution, and unfortunately it just didn't happen.
And since he's not running a full season, I mean, why not
fast,
just go try to find the win? You're logging laps either way. So you're getting experience. Go try to win the thing. You're not racing for points. So
he looked good out there, I'll tell you that.
23-11 in general looked really good. I mean, there was a time where all 4 cars were in the top 10.
Yeah, didn't Herbst get 11th?
Riley Herbst, yes, 11th, but he ran like 8th or 9th most of the day.
Yeah, he should have had a top 10.
Reddick
that last restart got him.
Yeah, Reddick was like 4th or 5th, and then like Heim, like I said, there were a good chunk of this race he was leading. He led 69 laps, and so you would look up, and Heim is in first, and then Reddick is 4th or 5th, Herbst is 7th, 8th, 9th, and then Bubba Wallace is typically right around 11th or 12th. So good speed out of all 4 23-11 cars. And I mean,
I really hated Bubba's scheme. I feel like a lot of people liked it. I really hated it.
He wasn't on TV very much. Hold up. You can talk for a minute while I look up Bubba's scheme from this weekend.
It was like the Chumba Casino with like the dragon eye, like right behind the 23. Like, what's his name? Paint scheme review guy, Pennell. Was he was like, oh, this is the coolest thing ever, and I was just like, this just is like a little bit weird. I'm a huge fan.
I'm reviewing some of the ones I love. I know I'm an outlier on this. I love Chase Elliott's race winning prime scheme, and then I'm always a sucker for the Fifth Third Bank 17 car,
the Fraction Mobile.
Yes.
I'm just so used to it. I'm like desensitized to the Fraction Mobile.
But not a ton of just really good schemes. I mean, I actually thought that like the Rockstar scheme was okay, but most of the different schemes this week were kind of bleh. Like I wasn't a fan of Preece's very much. And like Michael McDowell's casino scheme with the red, white, and blue. Just It is what it is. Wasn't a great week for paint schemes.
Yeah, I'm going back through it. I do
that
like the 22
car.
The 22 car does look good.
Well, it's just
classy.
it's just Brad Keselowski's old 2 car.
I will say the 54 interstate batteries was pretty sick.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just an interstate battery car.
And I'm a fan of the 67.
Yeah, the Robin Hood.
I think that looks so good.
So let's get into the thing that everyone is actually talking about. Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch ran top 10 a majority of this race. It was his best race by far. He started complaining.
Then what happened?
Well, he started complaining on the radio in stage 2 about Carson Hocevar and how he hates that kid and he needs to learn how to drive and all that. And his spotter came on and said, "Hey, look, we've not run top 10 in 3 years. Calm yourself. You're fine." And he's like, "It's okay. I'm not going to do anything, psych major. Okay, cool. Put some ice on your crotch." That's what he told him. Well, he actually ended up doing something. So maybe he needed the psych major. So on the final restart, Kyle Busch started out 9th. John Hunter Nemechek started out 13th. And with 3 to go, Busch comes up, clears himself off of the nose, not of John Hunter Nemechek, but of Brad Keselowski. Causes a bit of contact, both cars recover, whatever. You're racing for the win. I'm not thinking anything, or not for the win, but you're racing for positions right there at the end. So Busch got a bad launch. He's trying to recover to get back to where he's been running all day. He's had a terrible season. Got his first top 10 last week with his brand new crew chief. And he wants to make up back-to-back top 10s for Andy Street, I believe, is who's on top of the pit box right now.
Andy Street.
Yes, okay. RCR did so many changes these past 2 weeks in terms of personnel. It's really hard to keep up with who's where.
Andy Street.
But Andy Street, good job. Cool. And they came off the hauler fast. They qualified 6th, and Busch ran top 10 all day long. But this final restart gets into Brad. Whatever, cool. Not intentional on either party, just racing hard at the end of the race. John Hunter Nemechek goes high in a corner. Busch goes low. And Busch, they collide kind of midway through the quarter. Busch takes exception to it and then tries to clear himself off of Nemechek's bumper. This time, he was definitely not clear at all. And this time, Busch says, well, Nemechek was running a half a lane down from where he should be. And so he decides, going into turn 4 of the final lap, he's going to wait on John Hunter and doors him directly into the outside wall. Both of them slow down substantially. They finish
like 20th.
I want to get 20th and 21st, I believe. Yep, Busch 20th when he should have come home with, at worst, a 13th place finish. 7 points. And this was after all week. Kyle Busch has been talking about how committed he is to winning with RCR. And he's not quit on this season. He's got a lot of fight in him, and he's going to do what he needs to do for this team to win, to rebuild the program.
For the brand.
For the brand. And he goes out and does that. We've mentioned on this show several times that we think RCR is the problem. Like, don't get me wrong. RCR, not fast. Kyle Busch is known to do this. He's known to quit on his team. And he's known to be, like, frankly, a child behind the wheel. We got vintage Kyle Busch in more ways than one. He was running top 10, but he also barked on the radio about Hocevar and then does something incredibly stupid to John Hunter Nemechek, cost both of them a good finish. And that just reminds me of back when Tony the Tiger would be on his car running the number 5 for Hendrick. This is why Hendrick let him go. It's stupid stuff like this before he matured. And he didn't fully mature until he was like at least midway through his time at the 18.
And now he's aging in reverse.
So finally he gets the speed back from where he was, or at least the setup is good. He's running strategy enough to get a top 10, and that's what he needs. He needs to just stabilize his season before he can start thinking about winning. He needs to just stop the bleeding in terms of points gap, and then you can start reeling in the cut line. You've got time to do that, but you have to make those top 10s. When you have that speed, you have to make it stick.
Yep.
And Kyle Busch just did something stupid and irrational, and it cost him at bare minimum 7 or 8 points just of positions.
Yep.
And it might cost him a lot more than that.
Not good.
Yep.
I didn't get to see every little bit of this race like all in a row. And I actually caught the replay of this clip. Or it was y'all, I think, that sent it to me because I wasn't able to see it or something like that. This one and the Preece one. And I was like, just shaking my head. I was like, come on, dude, come on. But I'm not really that surprised.
I get, like, it's the man in the arena, and you don't know what's going through his head. Kyle Busch, first ballot Hall of Famer. I mean, he's a top 10, at worst, top 20 NASCAR driver of all time. And it's been sad watching what he's been at RCR these last 3 years. So I understand why he's frustrated, but it's like, come on, dude. You had a good race put together. And you go and throw it away like that. Like, at least when you were doing this kind of thing in, 10 years ago, you were beefing with Joey Logano and Brad Keselowski, and you were beefing with other future first ballot Hall of Famers. Now it's like 2 or 3 weeks in a row with John Hunter Nemechek and Riley Herbst.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, you're better than that, Kyle.
Yeah. I think I mentioned at the beginning of the year, I was like, he has kind of the opportunity to kind of fade into the limelight, if you will, or just completely go outside. It appears he has chosen the latter of the two routes.
Well, now I have the question of, everyone was talking last week. I mean, he finished in the truck race. He finished second to Carson Hocevar. So the 1-2 in both of the races they've raced together this year. Well, I guess they raced Bristol, and that was kind of a disaster, but whatever.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, well, maybe Busch can go and be in the 7 car. But I'm not taking Daniel Suarez out of the 7 to put Kyle Busch in it.
I'm not either.
Because Daniel, I know what I kind of get out of him. I mean, for as much as
someone
he
that's
races,
committed to his team.
I mean, as much as he races with a ton of emotion, he's going to get you good results, and he's not going to, for the most part, he's not going to do anything stupid to hurt those results when he has a car that can race at the top 10. I mean, he ran top 10 today and just kept his nose clean. Knew he didn't have a winning car, but like, okay, well, I need to maintain points, so I'm going to have a good points day. So that's what he did. And that's what you want out of that second or third car at Spire. Because, let's be honest, Kyle Busch is in the number 1 car at RCR. It's not performing like the number 1 car. Well, I guess it's technically doing better than Austin Dillon, but I think everyone is doing better than Austin Dillon right now.
Yeah.
Which is not a dig at him. I think it's just RCR has terrible cars, and I don't think Austin Dillon is all that awesome of a driver in the Cup Series field, at least. So you look at possible openings. The 48, if it comes open, I mean, if Bowman keeps racing the way he's done the last 2 weeks, he's going to stay at, they're going to keep him on.
Yep.
And they're not going to get rid of Byron or Elliott for him. So then you look at Penske. Would he be better than Austin Cindric? I don't think so. Cindric, at least he's young. You have the option of continuing his career. He's going to get better. Busch is only going to get worse. Yeah. And Penske is not running super well at the moment either. So
not at all.
I don't know. I know there will always be a ride in the Cup Series for him because he has the money, he has the sponsorship, he has the name recognition. But I am on the same kind of path that I was a few weeks ago of RCR is the best it gets for Kyle Busch from here on out.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind him going to Ray. I think if he was smart, or if Ram was smart, they would really try to pull him out of the Cup Series and have him be like a mentor for all of their young drivers at Colic. Do
you think they want him as a mentor?
I think he's not the worst option, and it brings you more eyes.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just don't think that Kyle Busch is a Cup Series talent, but he's not able to get more out of his car than his car gives him.
Yeah.
Not to say that he had a race-winning car or anything this weekend. He ran it exactly where that car was supposed to be. And then he just junked it at the end for no reason. So I'll ask you this question, and I'll ask it about both Ryan Preece and Kyle Busch. What do you think I'll give you an A, B, or C option. A, no penalty at all. B, a fine. C, a points penalty plus a fine, whatever. D, a suspension, pretty much all of the above. So we'll start with Kyle Busch.
Kyle Busch, fine. I think it'll just be a fine, to be honest.
I almost lean towards a points penalty for
You
him.
think?
Just because this is not the first time he's done something like this.
I'm more keen to say points penalty. I'm between points penalty and fine on this one. You're probably right, though, now that I think about it. Because that one was...
If he turned
apparent.
right to get to door John Hunter Nemechek into the wall at high speeds, then
it might be both. I haven't seen no one's seen the whatever SMT.
Yeah, I haven't seen the SMT. Kyle Busch was quick to pull it out, but let's just say if he's I get John Hunter Nemechek is about a half lane off the wall, but that's his right to race where he wants to race. He's holding his line.
Yeah,
he didn't swerve in front of you. You have to race him where his car is, not where you want it to be.
Yeah.
Which someone pointed that out on Twitter and Kyle came for him. So, I don't know. I just think it's sad to watch a Hall of Famer go out like this.
Yeah. What's your lean on Preece?
Preece is probably a fine, if anything.
I'm leaning almost nothing.
I think that if it was obvious,
it might just be a hauler reprimand. That's what I lean.
I would think a very small fine, an undisclosed amount.
Yeah.
To Preece, and they'll probably appeal it and get it sent down a little bit. But if it was just a wreck, it wouldn't be anything. It was the premeditated look of it that NASCAR's not going to like.
The rant did not help his case.
Doing many favors. And
no.
I watched back and I said, I can't tell if he actually contacted Ty Gibbs. Like I said, SVG running right behind him said it looked like he just absolutely body slammed him. But Preece was adamant that he didn't touch him. But
pretty tough to get a car that loose without contact, but
well, you can get some air on the
not
wing.
That loose, I don't think. I mean, he shot him up in the wall.
So, anyways,
that's why we're not. That's why we're not in charge of NASCAR.
Yeah,
really, let them race; they're fine.
So by the next time we record, should be recording tomorrow night on a Tuesday. So hopefully, we will have a update on both of their situations. I want to play a game with you, Grant.
Oh boy!
So, looking ahead. We have, I think, one more race until the All-Star break.
Correct.
So this is a silly season that everyone has kind of been looking forward to for 2 years now. There haven't been a lot of movers and shakers the last few seasons. And I think that this is the culmination of several years of prospects moving up and frustration in current rides. I think there's going to be a lot of teams with new drivers. And, I mean, add on to that some charter. You have a third charter at Legacy. RFK might be losing their third charter, though I think they're going to get that from somewhere. I am going to name a potentially open ride. And I want you to name the first driver that comes to mind.
Oh boy.
Who you think will be racing it in 2026.
Okay.
So, and then I guess I will add my initial one as well.
Okay.
But I am going to just kind of go down the points standings. I'll go actually up the points standings to get a good look at this. So the 41 I don't think it's going to exist, for one.
I
So
hope
I'm
it
going to
doesn't.
say
I'm going to say Ryan Preece
Ryan Preece. 41
in
Ryan
the
Preece,
60.
except it'll be the 60.
Yeah.
Cool. So basically, that's how we'll do it, all the way up. The 48.
Alex Bowman.
Alex Bowman. Okay. So we've both changed our stance that now the Bowman's come back looks pretty good. I think he
Well,
will.
no one else even looks half decent to even replace him.
No one that Hendrick can afford.
Yeah.
I mean, Corey Day.
They can afford anybody they want, but I think they'll stick with Bowman.
Okay, Bowman. The 88.
Connor Zilic. He's not going anywhere yet.
So we're just chalk so far.
Yet.
The 10's not interesting. The 4 is not really all that interesting, though I do think that there's a chance that neither of those charters exist in the same place they do next year. The 21.
Probably still Josh Berry.
I'm going to go ahead. I'm going a
Like-
bold prediction. I'm going to go Lane Riggs.
Ooh, I like that.
I think
Let me think. Yeah, I like the Lane call. I think they might stick with Berry for another year.
I think that granted, Penske just doesn't have it right now, so it's really not a fair judge of Josh Berry.
Yeah,
I would like, but when in doubt, go younger.
yeah.
So this one's interesting. I could see this all 3/2 drivers being gone from this team. The 42, currently occupied by John Hunter Nemechek.
Man, I don't even know where you'd go if you replace all of them.
I think if there's going to be a team that replaces all 3 drivers.
Well, they only have 2 right now.
Yeah, technically they're getting a third next year. So
I would say Herbst is going to be in one of them.
I actually have Herbst here in the 42.
And Herbst is going to be in the 42 or the 43. It's one of the two. He has a better chance of taking John Hunter Nemechek. I don't think Eric Jones is going anywhere.
I wonder if someone like a Penske would like him in the 2, just to see.
Eric Jones?
Eric Jones. But
You don't see Lane Riggs in the 2?
I think that Lane Riggs is younger, more of like you want to develop him, and the 21 at the end of the day is a developmental ride.
Yeah.
So the 2 is not supposed to be that. It's supposed to be the flagship Penske.
Yet here we are.
The 35 car.
Corey Hine. It's the 67 car.
Yeah, and it will be one.
It will be Corey Hine.
Corey Hine. From there, the 3.
Ooh. Jesse Love.
I am going back and forth on this because
I think Austin Dillon. I think we've talked about this. He's probably going to go to some kind of managerial type deal.
I just don't know if RCR is going to be able to hold on to Jesse Love. I think there's going to be too many teams that want him.
Yeah, he's staying. You don't think they could keep him in house?
Would you want to go to RCR right now if you had multiple opportunities?
It just depends on who else do you think is going to give him an opportunity.
Well, there's been all those rumors of Jesse Love to the 84.
Who's the 84?
The third legacy car.
Oh, ugh. I don't know if I'd rather. Oh yeah, it's the backwards 48. Sorry. I don't know if I'd rather be at Legacy or RCR, to be honest. I guess I'd take Legacy barely. But again,
So
I can't see these rumors. So
I'm gonna say against my better judgment that this is gonna be. Man, who are even like the problem is a lot of the prospects are just not ready. So
Austin Hill,
is Austin? Yeah, I guess Austin Hill. If
he
worst comes
strikes
to
me as a
worst,
Justin Allgaier career archetype.
yes, except way less likable.
Yeah, and way less good at all tracks.
So a bit of a super speedway merchant, if you will.
Yeah. Oh, I will.
Kyle Busch.
Retired.
So yeah, I think Busch is not going to be in the Cup Series next year. I would continue that as my hot take. In the 8 car though,
If he keeps slinging an attitude like he's got, he's going to send himself home. No one wants to deal with that.
question is, would RCR sell one of their charters? Considering how much they're worth. I mean, we're talking like
Possibly.
60 to 80 million dollars.
I could see it. Maybe
And
that's where the third
RFK comes from.
RFK comes from.
We know that there's a few teams who want to get into the sport, supposedly. So
Picked the wrong time.
I don't really know with RCR. RCR is such a cluster at the moment. The 34, I think Todd Gilliland sticks in that for another year.
I think he's there.
Just he's been disappointing, but it is what it is. Ricky Stenhouse, or the 47, Hayek Racing.
He's Stenhouse. He's not going.
He's either there or the team gets dissolved. That's also a
Yeah.
possibility. 80 million is a lot to turn down. The 71 car.
I really don't think McDowell's really going to go anywhere.
Oh, I think Michael McDowell might retire.
Other than there is what I'm saying. Like, I don't see him racing anywhere else. If they want him gone, he's going to go chill with his like family.
I have this as Jesse Love.
Really?
So that's my kind of interesting one. Jesse Love, 71.
I guess McDowell's 41 years old.
I mean, he's raced a long time. The 16 of AJ Allmendinger, it'll be Allmendinger's until it's not. I don't think anyone in the colic system's ready to go up. So
No. Give it to Butterbean.
the 97.
That's SVG.
SVG?
Yep.
The number 1.
That's still Ross.
I think. Yes, I think that Ross is.
They're going to pay him.
They're going to have a lot of suitors for him. I think he's going to stay with Trackhouse.
He is Trackhouse right now.
It might be one of those what if questions later down the line of should he have jumped ship.
Yeah.
But I think he's too loyal to Justin Marks for giving him the opportunity.
Yeah.
So the 22 is Joey Logano's until he says otherwise. Same thing with Chase Briscoe. And the 19, the 2 car.
Cindric. Papa's back in town.
Yeah, I'll go Cindric as well. Just to be there. The 7. Daniel Suarez has been either overperforming or Michael McDowell has been has underperformed. So
I could see him sticking around one more year
I could as well.
as like a placeholder for somebody else coming up.
I think that they're going to want to go ahead and make a move. I'm going to go ahead and say Roger Carruth will be in the 7 next year.
That would be my choice too. That would be sick.
So, especially with Hendrick.
But is he ready?
Corey Day. I mean, it depends on what you expect to get out of him in this. He's not going to do well for the first 2-3 years in the Cup Series. But does he have to? Like, I mean, if you give him time to develop,
I could honestly see him in the 71 Carruth.
So
and then Suarez sticking around.
I could see them being like Hocevar's ready to take the mantle, and then bringing in like Jesse Love and Raja Carruth.
Yeah, that would be cool
to flank him on either side. And it's like we're young, we're cool. we are the team of the future.
Yeah.
Because I think that's what Spire is trying to market themselves as anyways. So that's the interesting thing.
I would like Spire even more if they did that. Because I love Raja.
Okay, well, I didn't mention it before. What about the 84 car? The third legacy charter? Because this is where I have Daniel Suarez going.
Really? I'd honestly have to see everything shake out to even know where to begin with this car.
Which is weird because I think this is going to be the first move that gets made.
You think?
I do. So.
Yeah, I could see it. I don't know. I can see it. That's all I'll say.
I think Daniel's just a really good placeholder driver or just a consummate professional. He's going to give you results. The 20 is going to stay the same. We already said Preece will stay in the 60. Anything interesting? And I think everybody who's currently top 12 in points, top 13 in points will stay there.
Yeah.
In their rides.
No one's moving up there.
Like I said, unless the 2 opens up and then you really have to have a conversation of would they like to go after a Chris Buescher?
Do you think Chris Buescher would want to leave?
I mean, they have more money at Penske, but RFK's running better this year than Penske is. Buescher is 5th in points. So
that feels lateral.
Yeah. And you kind of manage
you go from the first you don't get the best car.
Yeah. You're not the
main guy.
You're not the big guy.
Yeah.
You could make the argument though.
I could see a Preece in the 2.
What if RFK is not able to gain a third charter? But if the 2 opens up, would they want Buescher? Do you think they would? If Buescher leaves, I could see that happening. If there's just 3
that would probably be the one way that I could see it,
where they're just not able to buy a third charter or get one.
I just don't see that happening either, though. With so many, with how much charters are worth, and with so many of these teams in flux, there's going to be multiple charters for sale.
Well, the thing is, can the ownership group at RFK afford it?
Yeah, with the investors that they can bring in.
I mean, Jack Roush can.
Jack Roush keeps $60 million in his wallet.
So
I
think that's an interesting
probably
thing.
In 20s. And there's going to be other investment groups. Like Brad probably has a lot of connections. Roush has a lot of connections. I mean,
well, Fenway is.
Yeah, I was about to say Fenway. They know a guy.
We'll see. I think we can come back and do that every month or so, just to
kind of update and see how it goes.
Opinion changes, but interesting. Anything else you want to talk about? Maybe Carson Hocevar's outfit at the Met Gala and how everyone
haven't even seen it.
Is speculating how his suit doesn't fit. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
It's a regular suit. I don't get it either. But good for NASCAR.
Good for Carson Hocevar. Have fun at the Met Gala. I guess Watkins Glen isn't really his thing.
So I don't know if Met Gala is in LA or New York. Met Gala is in New York City. So okay, it works for him.
He's in the right. He's in the right.
He's in the right part of the country, right state. Yep. So there we go. Anything you would like to add, Grant, to say to the fans at home?
You know what we should do? This isn't a message to anybody. We should just write down every car number for next year and just write the name of who we think is going to be in it and then just compare.
Okay.
At the end of silly season. No, just about do it by next week. And
yeah, because next week's All-Star race, right? No. Yes. Well, Watkins Glen then, yeah, All-Star race. So
next week, after this weekend, will be All-Star week.
Yeah, we'll do some. I'm not gonna really do a race breakdown for the All-Star race.
Yeah,
because I don't care, frankly.
I don't.
I hate that Dover's off the points paying schedule because I like Dover, but Oh, Watkins Glen also snow race possibly.
Yeah, what was that about? Is there weather up there, I guess?
Yeah, Friday looks like it's gonna get snowed out for the trucks or ARCA, whoever's racing Friday.
That's crazy.
So it's gonna be like in the 40s on race day.
Well, if it's in the 40s, can't snow.
Watkins Glen weather. This was always the stupid thing about moving Watkins Glen to the middle of May to Mother's Day weekend.
Well, when you consider where NASCAR's headquarters, they're not thinking that it's going to snow at that time of year.
Well, to be fair, it's not supposed to snow in May. Right now, Google is showing rain. The weather or Fox Weather and the Weather Channel earlier today were being like, "Hey, it's gonna snow. Like, be ready."
It's
So,
big TV fear mongering. You don't fall
well, I
for it.
also saw the other weather forecasts were calling for snow. So,
They're fear mongering you.
well, I'm glad I chose to get the connecting flight to Houston instead of Denver because there's going to be like 2 foot of snow on the ground in Denver on Thursday. So
That would suck.
that would not be fun. It was going to be like 29 degrees there.
Absolutely not.
But no, race day. Right now, precipitation 45%. We can race though in the rain at Watkins Glen. And the temperature, the low is 41 degrees
That's good.
on
Not snowing.
Sunday. Yeah, low on Friday though is 34. So
Ah,
definitely a possibility.
yeah.
So we'll see. Let's just do the loop. I'm honestly, if we're gonna do a track in snow, Watkins Glen works. It's
Yeah.
fine.
That'd be a fun one.
And track limits this year, apparently. So we'll see. No more running wide in turn one.
We'll see.
We'll see how long they stick to it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if that's all we've got, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up here. So, Grant, thanks for coming on and staying for 57 minutes and
That's
more
what I
in
do.
the green room. And I'm Cayden. That's Grant. If you made it to the end of the video, please leave a like and subscribe. It helps us out more than you could know. And we make content like this at least once or twice a week, sometimes more. And if you like baseball or football or anything like that, there's some of that on the channel, and there will be more as those sports come into season. So there we go. Grant, why don't you tell them good night?
All right. That's Cayden. I'm Grant. This has been the Tribal Office.
See ya.